Is it going?
Yes, indeed it is. Hi, guys. This is Mr. Filipkowski.
And Miss Anfinson.
And we are going to start out here with your thesis statement. We're starting to write this thing. Yay. Of course, we want to start with a thesis statement. Remember, this gives us the whole roadmap for the rest of our paper. It gives us a chance right now to think about not only what we're going to say, but the order in which we're going to say it. So just as a quick refresher here, a thesis statement, it sounds complicated, but it is super, super simple. Think of that question again. What is your favorite season and why? If you're like Miss Anfinson, she would say the best season of the year is winter because
yes, it is.
Because
you can go sledding, you can drink hot chocolate, and I would actually scratch the last one for me instead of staying inside and watching Netflix. I would say going outside and snowboarding or skiing or doing something outside.
Sounds like a lot of work to me, but I'll take it. So this has two parts, just as a reminder, ladies and gentlemen. It has your claim in yellow. The best season of the year is winter. And that's an arguable claim, ladies and gentlemen, because somebody might go, you are nuts. The best season is summer. The best season is fall, etc. And then it has to have some support in green. 3 supporting arguments, 1, 2, and 3 as we practiced before. This can be disagreed with as well because, again, you might get somebody saying, you are crazy. Winter is terrible because of these 3 reasons. Summer's the best. Fall's the best. Whatever. Don't want to spend too much time on that because we've done this before. You have any questions on that, though, of course, feel free to ask us. It is really that simple, though, ladies and gentlemen. Now, for this paper, your thesis is going to follow the same structure. However, our question is different. Our question is not what is your favorite season. Our question is this right here.
How does the North Korean government violate human rights?
You got it.
Yes, so we have been talking in your social studies classes about the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. We did an investigation on the 30 rights that we all have as human beings. And in class, we have looked at the North Korean government, which is probably the government of the world that is the biggest violator of a lot of these rights. So if you are staying with the class and you are going to continue investigating North Korea, your thesis statement is going to say the North Korean government violates human rights by, and then you're going to choose the 3 Universal Declaration of Human Rights that you think North Korea violates the most. Okay?
Yep, and just a little color coding here. It would look just like this, too. There's your claim. The North Korean government violates human rights by, and then your supporting arguments to follow along with the top would look just like that. When you get to these blanks, ladies and gentlemen, these are high impact action words. These are verbs, okay? And you're going to want to be thinking of verbs, actions. This is what the government is actively doing. As such, you're going to be looking at verbs that end in that ing, meaning it is happening currently in the present right now. Think, for example, by restricting, blah, blah, blah. By denying, blah, blah, blah. By prohibiting, blah, blah, blah. Now, those 3 things are just to get you started. There are many more high-impact ing verbs that you can use, too. Those are 3 to get you started. And almost lastly here, do not go into a crazy amount of detail in your thesis statement. Thesis statements are short, ladies and gentlemen. They're a sentence. They're laying out the roadmap for the body of your paper, and you don't want to get into too much detail there because you're going to be doing that in your body paragraphs.
Okay, so this is for those of you that are looking at the North Korean government and doing a little bit more investigation into that country and its violation of human rights. There are other options for those of you that are wanting to go a little bit deeper into the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. For example, you could research a different country other than North Korea. So maybe you were really interested in our country, in the United States, and how we potentially violate some of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and you want to change your paper to investigate a different country. For example, you could say the United States violates human rights by X, Y, and Z, prohibiting, restricting, denying, anything of those anything along those lines, excuse me. Some of you too may want to choose a different country, so you could look at countries like China, you could look at countries like Myanmar, whatever countries of the world that you are interested in. So that's one of the options that you have. Another option is to look at a right as a whole. So maybe you are somebody who is passionate about women's rights, or you are somebody that is passionate about the LGBTQ community and the plight of that community. So another option for you would be to look at that particular right and how other countries violate it, or how that right is violated within a country itself. So an example could be, let's say you're looking at the Universal Declaration of Human Rights that relates to slavery. And we've talked about modern day slavery in social studies class. So you might say modern day slavery exists in the world, particularly in the country of Myanmar. And Myanmar violates the UDHR right number 4 by it's MY, but that's all right. The Myanmar by X, Y, and Z, and that's what you would do your investigation into. So if either of these is an option for you and you want to investigate more, please see one of your social studies teachers or language arts teachers, and we can explain this a little bit deeper. But again, you do have a lot of options for this. The big thing is that you are investigating your Universal Declaration of Human Rights and seeing how they are either provided or not provided throughout the world.
All righty, perfect. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, you may draft your thesis statement right in this assignment below here, and we'll give you your feedback on it here. You will be putting this in your Pages doc, however. So after you get the check off in the go ahead, this can be popped right into your Pages document.
And we want to see your thesis statement, so you need to check with either your social studies or language arts teacher to get an initial that your thesis statement is complete before moving on to your body paragraphs and the rest of the paper. So either one, your language arts or social studies teacher can sign off on that, but please show it to one of us.
Thanks so much for listening, you guys. If you have any more questions, don't hesitate to ask, and we'll see you at the next step.